Honey. We're here at an orthopedic surgeon. We got candy from the vending machine. It was really good. I don't think I've ever seen that candy anywhere else.
Yeah.
That's the old soda machine right there. So here's what Leiko's shoulder looks like right now.
God, that's a lot of needles.
Stop looking at it.
Joe just freaked himself out by looking at that.
They're gonna take him out of there and poke you with them, honey.
No, I'm good.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. Let me pull up some images. So which shoulder? Left shoulder?
Left one.
How did you hurt it?
I dislocated it freshman year playing football.
Okay.
And then it just dislocated over the 2 years.
So what year are you now? You said freshman year, so 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's rewind time to that. Was that the first injury the shoulder had?
Yeah.
It dislocated and somebody else had to put it back in for
It
you?
dislocated and then went back out on its own.
On its own?
It was like a quick dislocation. And then ever since then it hasn't dislocated until this year.
So it's given you some symptoms since then, but for the most part it's been pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah, since this year I haven't had any pain, any movement in it until this year.
So are you right or left-handed?
Right.
So then, back then, one more question. Back then, did you get an MRI scan or anything of it? Did you go get it looked at?
I think I'm gonna go to X-ray, and they told me that it was fine.
Okay. So back to this injury, you went to the hospital.
Yeah, and they got.
And they did these X-rays. They didn't do an MRI.
No.
And they just said, "Be careful. Go chill. Go get looked at."
Yeah.
Yeah, they put him in a sling with an ace bandage around him. So we had him in that for like about a week and a half, and now he's feeling a lot better from being in the sling. So he hasn't had the sling on for the past, I'd say maybe 3 or 4 days, and he hasn't had as much pain in 3 or 4 days.
And I've been taking ibuprofen and tramadol.
Okay.
And I haven't had to take it because I don't have the pain as much as
It's calmed down quite a bit.
Yeah.
So let's rewind time to this injury. What was your arm? How did you land?
We're doing defense against our freshman team, and I went to go tag off the hip, and my arm got stuck, and it just popped out.
Pulled it forward.
Pulled
the arm
out.
got pulled.
Yeah, pulled out, and then my coach he pumped it back in, and then I didn't practice, and then I think that weekend, Sunday, we went and got X-rays.
Okay. Where's the pain? Where's the body?
Just right here.
Okay.
But the pain is more in my pec because of the muscle.
Okay.
That's all I get the pain from. Because if I don't take ibuprofen or I don't wear my sling, I get the pain in my muscle.
That's where you notice it?
Yeah.
Let's do some things together. Both arms straight forward, high above your head. Cross the chest like you're scratching your own back. Tuck a shirt. Some good motion. Discomfort with those at all? Let's check your strength now. Keep your arms up. Don't let me push you. Strong. Any pain? Out to the side. Keep it up. It's okay. Down to your side. Push me outward. Push me inward. Any pain with any of those? Let your arm hang. Collarbone comes. AC joint tender in here at all?
No.
Not bad. Try not to push over, but in here where I'm touching, pushing, not bad. Feel like you're taking an oath. I'll hold the weight of your arm. Let your arm just kind of hang here. If I stretch a little bit. Is that okay?
Yeah, that actually feels good.
Stretch. Not bad with that. No. So it was more of a pulling down, and it felt like it was kind of stuck, and they had
and
pulling
my
up.
coach,
Did it feel?
Yeah, my coach he grabbed my arm and popped it back in for me.
Okay. The X-rays basically look pretty good. Nothing looks broken or dislocated. It's sitting where it's supposed to be. The radiologist says that on his note that maybe your collarbone's a little higher than normal.
The only thing that really hurts is if I bring my arm down way too fast.
Okay.
So at practice, it kind of popped out, moved again because I went for a push and then I went for a pull. for a move, but I did it too fast, so my shoulder moved, and then that's when I just took my pads off and didn't practice for the rest.
Stop.
Yeah.
So there's structures inside of the shoulder, muscles, tendons, ligaments, etc. If you cut all this off and you look, the ball, this is the cup, the ball sits here and moves around. The question is a possible injury to this guy, the labrum.
Okay.
If you dislocate a shoulder, the ball sits on there and that's what gets injured. It can tear, it can stretch, there's a variety of things that can happen, but presumably based on your description, something's going on with that.
Right.
How significant, how bad, that's the part we don't know now. So as far as options on what we can do about it, the quickest way to try to get information and figure things out would be to get an MRI scan.
Right.
Won't change it, won't fix it, simply gives us information. What are we dealing with? What's injured? Who's injured? How bad?
Okay.
Right? We have three main options. An MRI scan, which I think would be probably our fastest to get it figured out, I'd say get an MRI. Our only more accurate way than that would be to surgically go in and look. We just don't want to do surgery if we don't have to.
Right.
If something's torn, that might be what we need.
Right.
We just don't want to jump to surgery. Our third choice would be, let's get you to therapy, do some stuff to calm it down, give it a chance to rest, let the body do some healing, and see what's still tender down the road. If this had been the only time you'd ever injured this, probably a good way to go. Just try to calm it down first. You've got a history with it, some trouble. You've got some new trouble with it now. If somebody tears it and injures it, it becomes easier and easier to come out, often, not always. But what I'd recommend is let's get an MRI and get some answers.
Yeah, sounds good.
In the meantime, you don't want to have any other injury happen to us, so I'd be really careful, especially if you still feel like you're having some laxity movement stuff with it.
I've been having our athletic trainer tape it and wrap it with an ace bandage for games and practice and stuff like that. So it kind of keeps it in place, and so that's what's also seems to keep the pain away too.
So definitely be careful. We just don't want to produce another injury.
Okay.
Right.
These are dirty.
MRI for Leiko for his shoulder.
Okay, Nicole, come on in. So I'm gonna have you work me, so your left shoulder is kind of away from that wall. I'm gonna get that pictures, okay? And then lift up your legs for me, and then slip that under there, and that's better under that. And then I'm gonna take your hand and slip it through this. There we go. So your hand goes through there, and then stick like on your back, and just sit up just like that. And then your hand is going to come in this like this, and then turn up and just grab the bottom like that, and bring it down, and up past it. So it's stable, okay? Right. I'm going to give you a squeeze ball in the other hand in case you need me for anything at all. Just squeeze that or squeeze it. There we go. Just squeeze it, okay? What kind of music you want?
Just rapid hip hop.
Okay. And I'm going to put a pillow, like right here as you go in, just to hold everything in place. You're going to be really close to that wall. If you feel like I'm going to put a pad there, but if you're too crunchy, you come this way just a little bit, okay? And I'll switch the music when I get out there. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right. Just try to breathe nice and calm. Try not to go, there I'll get motion, okay?
Where did the do rag go?
You didn't bring it.
My bonnet.
Oh, your hat? They took it off you.
Fuck. I really like that thing. So good, man.
Want some apple juice?
Yeah. Stupid ice. It's watering it down. I woke up. I didn't even know he was talking to me. I was so confused. I was like, "You're not my doctor."
Was it a different person?
Yeah, it was a nurse lady.
Oh, yeah. It's usually the nurses
had
that
me
wake you
somewhere.
up. It's recovery.
I think this was the recovery room.
Yeah, they probably had you still in the operating room.
That shit was big.
Yeah. It's probably
It was
still in the
gonna be dark.
operating room.
That shit was bright as shit.
No, well, they gotta see what they're doing.
Take some deep breaths and you're gonna be passed out in about 20 seconds. I take 3 deep breaths. I don't even know what happened. I woke up in that recovery room.
I told you it's like, felt like it was like 30 seconds, huh?
Mm-hmm.